Boom, what it do? I thought the video wasn't going. What it do, everybody? It is Similar Speaker. I am back with another video. Welcome to the Similar Speaker channel, where I am your cleaning guide to cleaning business success. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification as well. We drop twice a week, every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. As well, at the end of the video, if you feel like you got value from the video, or if you feel like I put in some effort to give value from the video, just give me a like button. We have the comment section down there as well. So if you want to leave a comment, that would be perfect. I'm trying to get better, talking to people and responding to comments as well. Go to the details of the videos as well. If you look in the details of the videos, you're going to see a couple links. The first link is the school community link, in which you can join our free community, which is our remote cleaning business community. As well, what you could do is, if you want to book a one-on-one consultation on how to start your remote cleaning business, right? How to start, scale, or automate your remote cleaning business, you could definitely book a call with me, and we will get that going for you. Yeah, so today I have a special topic that I would like to talk about. Every topic is a special topic. And once again, if you are new to the channel, or maybe you haven't seen a lot of my videos, maybe you've seen some, but not all of my videos, definitely go back, check out the videos. I think you would love them, and they are value-packed. And check it out and see what you find, right? So today I simply want to talk about what exact supplies do you need to start a remote cleaning business. What exact supplies do you need to start a remote cleaning business? So we will be talking about that today. Okay. So we'll be talking about that today. What exact supplies do you need to start a remote cleaning business? Once again, I want to say thank you for being here. I have my monitors here, my laptop here, so if you see me look different ways, it's because I have different things that I'm tending to. Once again, I put this in my previous videos, and this one might be the last video I say this, or maybe the next video. So before, I was using my iPad to do my mirroring, but I found a more efficient way, because before it was giving a little bit of feedback problem, but now I have a better way to do it, and it's more organized. So hopefully you guys like this. So let's get into it. Boom. So whichever way to point it out, I don't, we'll see. Nonetheless, the exact supplies you need for a remote cleaning business. Yes, the exact supplies that you are going to need for a remote cleaning business. Right now, don't get me wrong, there are other supplies that you can use, right? But these are the main ones that I want to talk about today, right? If you have a laptop, a phone, a CRM, and a payment processor, if you have those things, majority of the time you'll be good to start, right? Majority of the time you'll be good to start. Everything else is extra that obviously does help scale and automate your business. But if you do have these main things, you will be good to go. So I want to get straight into the video for time's sake, because I want to give you guys the most amount of time, or the most amount of value in a good amount of time, so that, let's say you're watching my other videos, right? You can still have enough time to watch the other videos. First thing I want to talk about is a laptop. So remember, we are doing this remote. The keyword here, I'm going to highlight this, is remote. This is the keyword here. We are doing this business remote, which means that you are going to need a laptop, right? And so you're going to need a laptop to book jobs, which also connects to like the CRM, and a couple of these things will connect to each other, but I just wanted to put them as individual notes. You're going to need a laptop to be able to book these jobs. You're going to need your laptop as well to be able to manage the cleaners, right? You're going to do this technically in your CRM, but to access your CRM, you at least need a phone or a laptop. And sometimes, especially, let's say you like going to the coffee shop and you want to get some work done, it is cool to have this laptop, right? If you're looking to run ads, right, it's better to run ads through your laptop, right? As well, you want to have your website, right? You want to have your website, and you want to be able to manage your website. It is a lot easier to manage and handle things through your website if you are doing it on a laptop. And then going back to what I said, CRM management, right? We talk about having a CRM, but you still have to manage the CRM, right? So we are going to want to have a laptop. Now, if you look at this area over here, I talk about the suggestions of some of the type of resources you can get, right? So if we're talking about a laptop, what are the type of laptops you can get? It could be a MacBook, it could be an HP. But what I wanted to put under here is, at the end of the day, it just needs to have, it needs to be a reliable laptop, right? And I put reliable internet. Technically, you want a space with reliable internet, but you're going to want a laptop that can connect to good internet, because there are some laptops and some computers where there is technical difficulties, and some of the technical difficulties is connecting to computers, then you're going to want to be able to have a good battery, right? You don't want your laptop dying every second, or you don't want to be in a situation where the only way you can use your laptop is if your laptop is plugged in. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're at a coffee shop, at your house, at your apartment, wherever, obviously that is that's convenient. You can find a plug, but sometimes you're on the go. Like, many times I've had to manage an appointment or a cleaner or something on the go. And if I had a laptop that died every time it wasn't on a charger, then that would be a problem, right? Obviously I can still use it for my phone, but I do prefer to actually do it on my laptop as well. And then you want to have an organized workspace, right? And now, technically, once again, this is not like a laptop, but these are some of the features when we are going over an actual. Sorry, I'm just want to put on my watch. Feel cool. So these are some of the features when we are going over, like, talking about a laptop. You want it to have a good battery. You want to be in a nice, organized workspace as well. You want to have reliable internet, and you want to make sure that your laptop can connect to reliable internet. So a laptop is one of the first things that you're gonna need. Now, something I do want to say that when you're running a remote cleaning business, the beauty of this is because we're doing them from the laptop. You don't need a warehouse. You don't need a bunch of cleaning supplies. You don't need somewhere that you need to, like, keep the supplies, right? So in exchange for not having to have an office, a warehouse, a bunch of supplies kept somewhere, right? It doesn't cost you a lot to get a laptop. Compared to what you would be paying. Remember, a laptop is a one-time fee. If you were to have an office, a warehouse, cleaning supplies, right? These are all monthly expenses that you would have to cover. So being able to do everything from your laptop saves you a lot of money, right? So you, in my opinion, if you can, pick up a good laptop. If not, get what you can afford, and just make sure it is reliable. Next is a phone. We're gonna want to have this phone system. We're gonna need a phone. How are people going to contact us, right? People can email us, but and that's why you need the laptop, if they do email you. But majority of the time, the person is going to want immediate response, and the best way to get immediate response is to go via phone call. So you're going to want to actually have a phone. You're going to want to actually have a phone. One, it gives off a professional experience, right? Like, there should be no business that doesn't have a phone. Not even just a remote cleaning business. There should be, it's very few times where a business should not have a phone, right? And I'm not even going to sit there and spend the time thinking about, like, what business is, right? But you want to have a phone, so you want to give off that professional experience. Now, the reason you want to have a certain type of phone is because you want to be able to do, like, call tracking, SMS follow-ups, and missed call automations. Now, these are a bit more advanced when you're getting into the remote cleaning business, but you can do it with some of these phone systems here, right? And this is what it looks like when you are automating the business and when you want to take it to that next level, right? So with that being said, you want to be able to have a phone simply just to be able to be professional and take calls. Let's get that out the way. That is the simple reason on why you want to be able to have a phone. But and once again, if you see me looking down, it's because I can see the video, so I'm looking down. Sometimes I look up. It just depends on preference. But nonetheless, you want to be able to have a phone, right? You want to be able to have this phone system for simply being professional and being able to take calls. Now, for my students or anyone that's looking to get into the business, or anyone that's watching this video, those that like to really be advanced and like to really scale the business, call tracking, SMS follow-ups, being able to send messages, and missed call automations, those are going to be very important in the business, and that is going to set you apart from regular cleaners. And this is why I always say, like, there's a lot more homes than there are cleaning teams, right? So that's one. Two, there's way more homes than there are professional cleaning teams, right? That are actually got the right setup. If we even want to go a step further, there are a plethora of more homes compared to the amount of cleaning teams that have been able to automate their cleaning business, right? So when you start having this, yeah, you have a cleaning business. Yeah, you can say, yeah, I got a cleaning business. Like, and someone can say, yeah, I have a cleaning business, and you have a cleaning business, and this person has a cleaning business. But this stuff like this is what sets businesses apart. That's why, for me, I don't think people may say this industry is saturated. I'm like, industry is not saturated. Once again, there's many more homes than cleaning teams, and there are so many more homes than teams that actually know how to scale and automate their cleaning business, right? There's not even too many cleaning teams that are doing it remotely, right? It takes a level of excellence, a level of education and intellect to be able to do that. But that's why I'm here. That's why I'm making these videos. That's why I do one-on-one consultations to be able to get you set up. Now, when we're looking at phone options, we have Google Voice. Google Voice is a common one that everybody is familiar with. Open Phone is usually the one. Open Phone is actually now known as, also known as Q. It's the other way around, but we'll leave it like that. They're now known as Quo for now. So Open Phone is now known as Quo, and then you have something called a Go High Level Phone System. That is pretty much a type of CRM, and now that we have it on there, it's okay. I'm gonna add it. We'll call it GHL. The reason I didn't add it to the CRM because it's a bit more complex, so that's kind of like a different level. But you know, that's a whole different conversation. But nonetheless, Google Voice, Open Phone, also known as Quo, and Go High Level phone systems. There are multiple phone systems that you can use. There are a bunch of them, right? You have what is it called? I think they have one called like Ringer and Call Central or Ring Central, I think so, if I'm correct, called Ring Central. But those are a little bit more advanced. I would say if you are starting out, Google Voice and Open Phone are probably going to be your best bet in terms of having a simple product that works well and that can still allow you to do some of these things here. Okay, we're getting the ball rolling. CRM, we have our CRMs here, right? So as you know, if you see my previous video, that's why I say watch my previous video, because a lot of times I talk about things and then I put them in other videos. If you watch my previous videos, you will know what I'm talking about, right? So CRM is customer relationship management tool, which is what we're talking about here, to be able to manage data. And so when we're looking at the next thing that you're going to need a CRM. This allows you to store customer information, track appointments, send reminder, automate follow-ups, handle payments, right? And you know, we'll talk about this because we have a payment processor, but the payment processor actually integrates into your CRM. A CRM is very important. It is very important. You have a laptop, you have a phone, but the main thing that you want to have on your laptop, on your phone, is your CRM. That is the main thing that you want to actually have on your laptop and your phone, right? And so when we need to track data, right? When we need to track appointments, track the amount of revenue that we're tracking, right? How much revenue are we doing? What are we paying cleaners? What reminders are we sending? What cleaners are available, right? All of these can be seen in the CRM. If anything, the CRM is one of the most important things that you're going to need as well, right? One of the most important things you're going to need is a CRM. And so this is very important that you want to make sure that you are finding a good CRM. Now, when we look over to CRMs, there are a couple different options. We have Booking Koala, we have Jobber, House Call Pro, House Call Pro, House Call Pro. I feel like I was saying that weird. House Call Pro, ZenMaid, JHL, which is Go High Level. There are a bunch of different CRMs that you can use, but what you need to do is do the research, and see which one is good for you. You need to understand how you want your business to be, how you want to set it up, which will then allow you to understand which CRM is going to be good for you, right? And so a CRM is very important. In my opinion, it's just as important as a laptop or a phone, because the honest truth is, right, with a phone, you can kind of do these things here, but even if you have a phone, you need a CRM. And the beauty of it is you can have the CRM on your phone, but like I said, it is good to have the laptop, the phone, and the CRM, right? It's good to have all of those as well. Also, good thing with the phone I want to talk about, if you have a personal phone, Google Voice and Open Phone are apps on the phones, right? So they're apps on the phone, so you can have your personal phone and actually have these apps, and it's not like a service charge, right? You get charged to actually like per user, but it's not like a T-Mobile bill that you'll have to pay. So that's the CRM, and these are the type of CRMs right here that are important that you could be using as well. And now the next thing I want to talk about is a payment processor. How are we making our money, right? All of these things, the laptop costs, phone costs, CRM costs, right? But how are we actually making our money, right? What are we using to charge clients? So we need our payment processor. So this allows us to collect card on files, charge after jobs, and protect against chargebacks. Now, the cool thing with protect against chargebacks, for example, like Stripe has like an automated AI, where if someone does a chargeback, you can kind of fight against it. Using the Stripe AI, so it is really cool. once again, collecting card on file. The cool thing is, especially when you're running a remote cleaning business, you don't want to have to always ask for the client's card, always ask for their card. It's pretty annoying. After I gave you the card the first time, if I'm booking with you multiple times, why do I need to read you these numbers every time? And that's why I say things like that is what set apart a regular cleaning company from a professional cleaning company. So you want to have a payment process to be able to handle these things. So what payment processes are there? You have Stripe, you have Square, and then built-in CRM processes. So there are some CRMs that allow you to process payments, but a lot of times the CRM is going to ask you to connect one of these. So you're really going to want to make sure that you get one of these for sure. And then from there, you can connect it to the CRM. So, for example, like Booking Koala, you can connect Stripe to Booking Koala. So you can just charge the client in Booking Koala. No cash. We are a remote cleaning company. We do not take cash. Because we do not want the cleaners taking the cash. We do not want the cleaners taking the cash. Sorry, guys. I try to fix this up. Let's see if I can fix this up. I like things a little organized, as you can see. So no cash. We don't want to take cash because we're doing a remote. We're not gonna be there. We don't want the cleaners taking the cash, especially, right? We don't necessarily want the cleaners to know how much we charge them. We want the cleaners just to simply be able to make their pay and go about their business as well. And so I want to say no Zelle, but this is what I will say: if you are taking Zelle, take it up front. If you are taking Zelle, take it up front. You do not want to be in a situation where you are chasing clients for money. That is not a good place to be in. That is not where you want to be in. So, no Zelle. Personally, I would say no Zelle. But if you are going to take Zelle, then you want to make sure that you are getting that payment up front. You want to make sure that you are getting that payment up front. So once again, if you have the laptop, if you have the phone, if you have a CRM, if you have a payment processor, for the most part, you can run a cleaning business, right? You can run a remote cleaning business. There are other things that if you want, you can have added on. But when you're first starting your remote cleaning company, understand that less is more. The point of doing it remote is to have your expenses and your operation costs be as low as possible. So with that being said, less is more. Don't get a bunch of things. I'll be a testament to that. I had a bunch of systems to track a bunch of things that I wasn't, one, actively tracking, and two, were raising my expenses completely, right? And so what I noticed is that if you have these high expenses, especially when you start at the beginning with the remote cleaning business or with a cleaning business, a lot of times it's about building your book of clientele. Once you build a book of clientele, especially the reoccurring clientele, that's where you actually start to see you make a lot of your money, and that's where you actually start to see a lot of your profits. So I would, if you're going to add on anything else, right, I would, one, be very intentional about why you're adding it on. Ask yourself, do I need this? If I get this, is this going to allow me to make more money? How? How is it going to help? If you can't answer those questions, don't get it. Two, if you are able to answer those questions, I would wait till you have enough money coming in which, if you do get these things, they're not eating your profits, right? They're not eating your profits. So with that being said, you have this here. If you want to take a picture, you could always pause the video. Once again, it was a pleasure having this video with you guys and talking to you guys. I always love giving you guys as much information as possible. Once again, I'll be giving out so much information, and we're going to have a lot going on. Like I said, I'm taking one-on-one consultations to help teach people how to start their remote cleaning company as well. And once again, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the bell notification. We drop videos every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Please like this video as well. I appreciate it. Liking helps the video out so much as well. If you want to comment, ask a question. If you don't want to, maybe you want to ask a question and you don't want to do the consultation, you can put it in a comment. I will get back to everybody as soon as possible. As well, I do want to add in, look at the details of this video. You can see a couple links that will help you out. Once again, the calendar link to book with me a one-on-one consultation. The consultation is free, so do not worry about it. You can book the consultation, and if you would like, you can join our school community as well, where we teach people how to start a remote cleaning business. But beyond that, I will see you guys on the next video. And have a good one.